Hey.
Breezy, gritty, this that 9 to
Mo's nose.
Peachy,
Fear the dog. It's about that time, everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's nose, Peachy, Breezy, and Fear the God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you 9 to talk. We two gorillas, silverback, silver
You know
hawks.
it's busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mo's nose, and Fear the God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, it's the lightest talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, it's the lightest talk.
We outline players up in chalk.
Nitty gritty, it's the lightest talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, it's the lightest talk. Nitty gritty, it's the lightest talk.
What's going on, faithful? The Nitty Gritty Niners Talk is here. We haven't done an overreaction show in a long time, but we decided to come here to give you the season finale overreaction show. Myself, Peachy, I can't wait to hear your takes on this game. The 49ers lose to the Rams 21-20 in their season finale. Okay, a game I did not want to lose. Yeah, and there's a bunch of blame to go around. You could blame Moody, you could blame Chris Conley, you could blame Ray McLeod, you could blame Sam Darnold, you could blame the whole damn team. But at the end of the day, they didn't execute, they didn't win. Peachy, what's going on?
Not much, man. That's it's really crazy because before this game started, I was like, I don't care, like who wins this game. It don't matter. It's just week 18. You're just going to chill. But then when you see how the game starts out, you're like, okay, we may blow these jokers out. And then, all of a sudden everything changes. And then second half Darnold shows up and then it kind of just goes from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like, all right. So when you watch this game, first half, it started off good because you had your starters out there. Mm-hmm. The good thing about this game is I do believe if Sam Darnold had to play with the starters, mm-hmm. then they will be fine.
Yes.
The offense moved. There was a 12-play scoring drive, which resulted in a touchdown run from Elijah Mitchell. Led by Sam Darnold, and the offense moved. There were 5 passing plays. There were 7 running plays, which one of them was the touchdown play. I was like, okay, cool. And then even after that, it was cool. Something adjusted because even when the starters came out of the game, Sam Darnold was still cool because we hit Chris Conley for the big joint. It was right after that miss to Ronnie Bell, and then they hit that big Ronnie Bell must have got subbed out. They hit the big time play to Chris Conley. And the next thing you know, I'm like, okay, we still moving the offense. What the hell happened? Like, I don't get it. I don't get how this offense stopped moving the ball. Like, how did the offense get stuck? Are you telling me, Peachy, that the Rams defense mm-hmm. was that great out there on the football field?
Nope. No. And people still... And I still agree with some that say that the Rams defense is not all that because they're not. And neither are their backups. We lost this game. Like just by making some boneheaded mistakes everywhere. We lost this game. And we've seen that through the season with, the teams that we lost to. We lose these games. Like when you just mess up on offense, mess up on defense. We had a horrible special teams play that was, that was also costly. That was just, that put the Rams basically right there to score. So when you have these mental mistakes and it happens, like that's how you wind up losing 21-20. These close games is how all this catches up with you when you're making these crazy decisions.
I don't know. Let's talk about Jake Moody because everybody wants to talk about Jake Moody and Jake Moody's trash.
They want Jake Moody burned at the stake, like right now. This
so tough, man. Like I can't imagine what it's like to be Jake Moody. I really can't. All I know is every time Jake Moody gets out there and kick, I'm like, dear God, please let him make this kick. And I knew from the last game that his kicks were a little skewed to the right. Like I was like, something's weird. And in this game, I don't know about the winds in California. I don't know about that stuff.
Right.
But, to see their kicker miss, I was like, something is up, right?
Exactly.
Like something is up. And so, he missed that field goal. It started off going down the middle.
Yeah. And then it just drifted off.
It drifted to the right.
It was the wind. Like it was probably just the wind. I just don't see how Jake Moody, who has been kicking the crap out of the football this year, like nobody's business, one of the best actually that we've had this season in the NFL, and all of a sudden this happens, and it just seemed weird because it looked like it was just gonna go right through the middle, and then all of a sudden it just veered off, and I'm like, what in the world happened here?
It's like you ever play pool and they hit the ball and then like straight on, but all of a sudden it curves and it hits the ball in the corner. Like, how y'all bend the ball? Like, how's that even possible? That's what it was. Look, he has to make the kick though. Like, so I don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm sticking up for him. No, he has to make these kicks. He hasn't missed a kick within 40 yards all season long, and then he misses that one.
Right.
Like, come on, like he has to make that kick.
Yeah. So we have conflicting stuff. I got a text that was talking about that it was excessively windy there. And then some people are saying it wasn't that windy. But all of them were at the game that I got things from. Or live right there.
I don't.
So I don't know.
Yeah. None of that. I don't really know. I ain't see no wind. So like that's like me going to a game and I don't think it's windy, but you think it's windy. And so it's windy to you, but it might not be windy to the next person. At the end of the day, he got to make the kicks. I don't care if it's wind, storm, sleet, hail, rain. This is why they drafted him. He's kicked in different types of weather. He's played in Michigan. He's kicked under pressure. He's kicked in big time games. Like, he has to make those kicks. That's a non-negotiable, but I don't think we should throw in a towel on him because he missed kicks. Like, kickers are going to miss. Like, at the end of the day, like, this kid is a rookie. And he's on one of the most pressured teams in the NFL, and he's just got to go out there and kick it. Like, kick it. And it's unfortunate, like, if you look at his field goal attempts and things like that, I bet you they're not as high as most of some of these other great kickers in the league because we don't attempt a lot of field goals. So I wonder if that is one of the reasons why it's not a rhythm knockdown, get the ball through the field goal. 49ers be scoring all the daggone time. So I don't know, but I know he has to make those kicks because if he don't, man, like he better get ready to pack his bags
no.
and get as far away from California as he can.
Lord.
He might as well retire his rookie season if he don't miss these kicks.
Because they will nail him to the cross and they
all
will
the
burn
way.
It at the bottom.
all the way.
It will be nailed and burnt at the cross. I think Moody's gonna be fine. Kyle understands he's gonna need to, work on it. So that's one thing that he'll work on it. I would almost bet that he won't miss another one because when he went on that one where he had, where he was missing, and then all of a sudden he just didn't miss anymore, and then he just was great. What irritated me, just because this excuse was just ridiculous as to why he missed these, because he wore the championship shirt from the Wolverines. He wore that shirt, into Levi's, and they're saying that his mind, the reason why he missed the kicks is because his mind is on the national championship game tomorrow, which he's not kicking in that game.
He's not even playing in the game. Who's the dumbass that came up with that shit? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
They're basically, yeah.
He's not even kicking in the game. Why would his mind? So you telling me I can't wear a shirt because my mind is gonna be whatever's on the shirt.
That's what
He missed the kicks because he missed the kicks. The balls went to the right. That's why he missed the kicks.
So I saw that on there, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me, right?"
I need to go back and watch the holds, the snaps, just to make sure that it came down in time. It's a whole bunch of reasons why kickers miss kicks.
Right.
It don't always just be on the kicker, but it be the whole process of the kick. I'm curious to know how that looked. I didn't get to see it in real time like I wanted to. So when I go back and watch the game, I'm going to check that out. Anyway, come on. Y'all got to be better than that. That's silly to think that he missed the kicks because he was wide to the right. He literally was wide to the right on both. And it was slightly wide to the right. Slightly. Like, dang, I wish it was all the way wide to the right because then we could have been like, yo, what the hell? But these went straight and curved to the right.
I don't know, but they'll figure it out. They have plenty of time. I just brought it up because that's what I read on there, and I was like, that's probably like the worst excuse for like in the world. Like,
I know why. I know why he missed the kicks. This is why he missed the kicks. Because the announcer just talked about how he was perfect. And I said, oh, shoot, here come the miss. I said it to myself to my inside self voice. I said, oh, shoot, here come the miss. He just said how he was perfect. He was 60 for 60 from PAT since they moved the ball back to the 33, and then it went to field goal. It ain't no different than basketball, Peachy, when they do the free throw. Oh, he's 100% from the free. He's made his last 98 free throws. And then boom, bang, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Like it never fails. So sometimes the announcers just need to shut it up. They ain't talked about him kicking all season long. Just shush. Please. It's gotta be that. Now, Peachy, do you feel like the reason why the 49ers lost this game is because of Jake Moody's 4 points that he left out there?
No, see, I don't.
Ooh. JP Hellahara, what's good? I just want to read this real quick. We keep it nitty gritty when we bring that Niners talk. All esteem to the Most High. Shalom. We'll see the Lambs in 2 weeks. Ooh, he's saying that the Lambs is going to beat the Lions.
I don't know about that.
I like that. They're going to be without Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He might be right. He might be on to something. But JP Hellahara 2800. Thank you for being a member for 8 months, bro. Appreciate you. All right, go ahead, Peachy. Why? If you're not gonna blame Moody, then what are you thinking?
I'm my God. Oh, I guess I didn't say this yet. I blame the defense. The fact that they let Carson Wentz like run all over us and just play backyard football and just do.
Let's have this conversation.
He did.
Let's have this conversation.
Let's
have the conversation. How the freak does Carson Wentz have 56 yards on 17 rushes? And I know Nigel said there's no way that was the game plan. It absolutely was the game plan of Sean McVay. It was the curveball for the San Francisco 49ers. It was absolutely. Steph, what's going on? It was absolutely the game plan. It was Carson. If you don't see it, do your thing. It's called read option. It's called take the ball and run. Carson Wentz won this game. It's like he wanted it. How is Carson Wentz 4-0 against the San Francisco 49ers?
That's right.
How's that even possible?
And I think people forget that. But if they had paid attention to Wayne Breezy's keys to victory, then they would have seen where he was talking about that you have to contain this dude and keep him in the pocket. People forget about Carson Wentz because, of all the personal, stuff and all that stuff. But you got to look at the skill and you got to contain this dude and keep him in the pocket. If you keep him in there, then we're fine. But he was running all over us. That was ridiculous.
Kyle got beat by his own offense that he never ran.
Pretty much.
That was the offense. Listen, we got beat when Carson Wentz was a coach. Like I'm telling you, like Carson Wentz just he put the ball. He said, "Listen, I can make plays." That's Carson Wentz. Like he said, I can make plays. They don't think I'm gonna run it. I'm a tough guy.
Because all he did was just run. He just ran around the field all day.
Yeah, you're right. Because wait. Because you're 100% right. Because this is what he did. Carson Wentz. Guess how many yards he had in the air? 149. 17 for 24, but he had a 70%, almost 71% completion percentage. And it seemed like Carson Wentz got better the moment they took Puka Nacua out the game.
Yeah.
The freak?
Because Puka's a starter, and the ones he practices against or plays with in practice are the ones that are out there. So he's rarely with the ones. So
well, he just got to the team because he only been there
better though.
Right, but
he's been there for a couple weeks.
That's just getting to. Ain't like he been there at the beginning of the training camp. Is my point. Like he literally just got to the team. Like late season pickup, they got him. They brought him in. I mean, you look at what did Carson Wentz do? Golly, 163 yards in the air. He did have the 2 touchdowns. Bryson Hopkins led in receiving, 47 yards. Who? Tyler Johnson got his first catches of his life.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because I was like, who the hell's Tyler Johnson? Apparently he's been there for a couple of years. Just
man. But Peachy, this is what Mike and I was talking about when we were talking about being worried. We were talking about like, just because we don't see those guys on their team, they've been there building for a year or two.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, guys like Tyler's been there for, I think they said 2 years or something like that. He's been there for a while.
This is crazy.
Just chilling. Just chilling in the cut.
A lot of people said this is on. Mark says that's bull breezy. If Moody made that extra point, we win the game. I know you guys are talking about that in hindsight, but we don't know how the game would have went.
Right. We don't
know
how
he made the extra point or had he made the field goal. Like possibly you're right. I know saying because of what the Rams did from the final score, yeah, we would have won, but we don't know if the game would have went that way. The Rams were moving the ball consistently on the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
So if the Niners had 17 points to the Rams, whatever they had, it could have been different, but we don't know what the Rams would have did. The Niners defense, what Peachy's trying to say is that the Niners defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. And so if the Rams had more time with the ball, which they led this game in time of possession. So just imagine if they had more opportunities with that 49ers defense on the football field, they possibly would have put up more points. They were getting penalties. They were getting the spot fouls. Everything was just in their favor. So you're right, Mark, from a point perspective, if everything went the way it did go, the Niners would have won this game by what? 3 points?
Yep.
But the Rams also missed an extra point. So it was relatively fair. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it just didn't go down. So I'm not saying I'm not mad at Jake Moody. I said my whole rant was he has to make those kicks. He has to make those kicks. I don't think that's why they lost, because the Niners still had opportunities. But they still had the opportunities to score the points. They had opportunities to get 7 points, which would have negated those 4 points. But they failed on the opportunities. So, like, you're right. Those points would have gave us 4 more points, and by a points thing, we would have won by 3 points or 4 points or whatever we would have won by at the end of the day. For sure, if everything still went the way it went.
Yeah.
So, it's hard for me to say that. Like, it's hard for me to say that. But you're right. From a numbers perspective, we would have won by 3. I got you, but we should have won this game by 20. We shouldn't have even had to kick field goals. We shouldn't have had to kick anything. We should have had a missed extra point, if that.
Yep.
We can't turn over the ball at the wrong time. 2 fumbles in this game.
Definitely.
We ain't fumbled the ball in forever. Sam Darnold fumbled on a snap, and then he fumbled on the last play of the game. Luckily, the game was over and it didn't result in any points. But at the end of the day, the Niners had opportunities after opportunities to not even let the Rams come back in this game. Hey, we missed those 4. We missed 4 points, right? And we were still up.
Yep, that's right. And we had opportunity to actually have more touchdowns than what we had. So that also got to keep that in. I mean, we had some drop passes that were just
Let's
that
like
also.
look. I'm pissed off at Moody. He got to make those kicks. I'm not gonna sit there and give him a pass. It's not what I do. He got to make kicks. He's got to make the kicks. I'm not. How am I defending Moody? I just said that the motherfucker got to make the kicks.
Guys, we cannot.
I'm not defending him. He's got to make those kicks. My point is, if he's got to make those kicks, then those players can't drop those passes. We got to score more touchdowns. We got to run the ball more. There's a whole bunch of stuff we got to do.
Yeah, which is why when I had said when I first started this that there were mental mistakes on every facet of this team, offense, defense, and special teams. There was mental mistakes that we cannot make in the playoffs. It is not about defending Moody. And another thing that I want to say, just like you can't let the refs decide a game, you can't let a kicker do that. You shouldn't even need to bite your nails on a last minute, thing with a field goal anyway. Your team on offense should be playing good enough to be able to not have to do that. That way, if he does miss, then the offense will be able to do what they're supposed to do, because we literally left 2 touchdowns out there that we should have had extra, and then this wouldn't even have been a conversation right now.
I would have still been saying he got to make those kicks. like understand my energy.
I know what you would have been saying, but
he's got to make those kicks. We could have won this game, and he got to make those kicks. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to get. I'm not defending him. He's got to make those kicks. But at the end of the day, we got to execute. We got to execute in the other areas. The Niners, the best thing the Niners had going for them was when they got into the red zone, they scored touchdowns. But when they were outside the red zones, they didn't get them.
Yeah.
We had to settle for 1 field goal attempt in this game. It was 1 field goal attempt in this game. I don't see how I'm defending Moody. I don't get it. I don't get how I'm defending him.
He's if anybody's defending him, it's more me than him, which is shocking. But I just feel like
I don't see how I'm defending him though. If I said that he got to make these kicks, I don't get it.
Right. Another thing is, I keep saying people bringing up his 3rd rounder. Well, how come when these players screw up that nobody don't bring that up all the time?
How come when Nick Bosa jump off sides, it's not a problem?
Right. How
come how come we just can't be consistent? Like the issue to me in this game is execution. Miss Debbie, you right. He get paid to do one thing. He got to make kicks. Okay. Well, then I'm expecting everybody to get paid to do their job. And when people don't do their job, we fall short. Right. He missed his kicks. We had offside. We had crazy penalties. What was the penalties in this game? It was stupid.
That PI one that we got.
That PI was huge, but I didn't even think it was PI. But when they go back and he grabs him, I'm like, damn, it was so late. It was so late in the defense. They called it. They called it. That was huge. That's a big spot foul. PG, 5 penalties for 78 yards. Ask me how many penalties the Rams had and for how many yards. Ask me.
How that many?
Ask me.
How many they have?
2 penalties for 8 yards.
That's what I figured. Mm-hmm.
That PI call you was talking about, that was a lot of yards.
Yep. It definitely was.
GSU, I got you.
Yeah, he just messing with you.
No, that's funny. But no, seriously, like, look, there was good in this game, obviously. There's not a crazy overreaction to this game because at the end of the day, it was reserves and it was playing. Mm-hmm. But this is letting me know that I'm nervous if the reserves have to go in the game.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous.
Because I honestly thought that our depth pieces that we had, I thought they were better.
Killer.
I'm just gonna say it. I really thought that our depth pieces was one of the best ones in the league, and apparently they're not, because if we have to go bring some of these people in, I'm really, really terrified. So let's hope that with all this time off, everybody can get healthy and ready to go, and we won't need them.
look, and Mizell said this is understandable though. These guys don't get the reps. So I mean, yeah, they don't. But so we supposed to lower our expectation standards of them executing? I think they got to execute. I think they have to execute. The best throw of the game was the throw in the red zone to Ronnie Bell, because that was, and he shouldn't even threw that ball.
Right.
But that was a laser in between, and he came down all hands, all catch, and that was after a huge miss. Like, right? That was after a huge miss. So they got 48 yards on that PI.
Crazy. It was to me, it was just like, because they kept talking about through the game, they kept talking about, like how, was it going to be Rams Lions? Were they going to get this? And I just feel like that the NFL, at the end of the day, when you have these scores and they're that close, to me, the refs do have something to do with it. And I just feel like that the refs are like, kind of like, are we really about to get, this Rams Lions game that everybody has been wanting? And now we get it. So,
well, a lot of people feel that the wide receivers got to catch the ball, and I can understand, I understand that take, right? Because let's talk about how many drops did Chris Conley have in this game? Because I only got the one. Did he have more than one drop? And then Ronnie, which drop was worse, Peachy? The Chris Conley or the Ray McCloud? Both would have been explosive plays.
Ray would have been.
And you would have had, and at least you would have gave your kicker an opportunity to win the game.
Which is what I was praying for. I'll have to go with Ray, man. That was because it was so costly. It was at a really, really bad time. Because I was really hoping, because he was so open. And I was like, we're in field goal range. Because it's like you said he's about to win this game for us on this field goal. We're about to get field goal range.
I just knew that was the
winner.
I knew that was the
and
scenario.
Ray,
I just knew that was going to be the scenario. You can't give me that he was rusty when he was making catches.
Yeah.
So at one point they went to Ray like 3 times, all out routes though, and he was making catches. I don't get rusty, because if you're wide open, all you gotta do is come down with the ball. Now I didn't see what drops did Ronnie Bell have in this game. I saw a high pass to the outside. And he couldn't come down with it. If that's a drop, cool. But the other one wasn't even to him. It was out of bounds. But then he caught a touchdown. So I'm trying to figure out what drops did Ronnie Bell have. I must have missed the Ronnie Bell drops.
Only other one I can think of is the one that was out of bounds.
But that wasn't a drop. He didn't even touch the ball. So how is that a drop? The one drop I remember was when he went up in the air and he couldn't come down with it. Sort of like George Kittle, when he couldn't come down with the ball in one of the games. I'm trying to go to I just want to see the targets. Ronnie Bell was targeted 5 times. He only got 1 reception. So
okay,
his reception was, just because he got 1 reception doesn't mean they were all drops. Because the 1 reception he got was the touchdown pass. So maybe he did have 2 drops. I got to go back and watch his film. But I do remember, maybe it was like over the middle. Maybe one was over the middle. Maybe that was one of the drops. I think I remember him like going over the middle or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. 1 reception, he had 3 drops. That's bad. 3 drops is bad. So that means he had finished the game with the most drops if Ronnie Bell had 3, because I believe Chris Conley had 2. He dropped a touchdown. That's right. Chris Conley dropped a touchdown in the end zone, and then it went to Ronnie Bell. And then he had the one at the end of the game. I think Ray had 1 drop. But I tell you what,
yeah, I guess Kyle screamed at him or something on the sidelines about one of
that was the play that apparently, I guess he ran the wrong route or something. He got knocked off his route, and then I'm trying to figure out if he ran the wrong route. Why was the ball thrown toward out of bounds and not an interception? because that ball would have been out. That ball was out of bounds. He was running to the out of bounds. So I'm trying. If he was supposed to go inside, why wasn't the ball thrown inside? Like, I'm just trying to figure out if it was like if that was the wrong route. I don't know. Anyway, the wide receivers, they gotta catch the ball. Like, but in this game, like Mizael said, you expect it because they not getting the reps. So I'm expecting it more from rookies, but these veterans, we talking about veterans, right? We talking about veterans.
All right.
Chris Conley, Ray McLeod. These are your vets. They can't be dropping the passes.
Yeah, Conley came from Kansas City. I mean, I was really shocked to see that.
Yeah.
That shocked me.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I thought the offense was a little stagnant in the second half. I didn't think that they ran the ball effectively enough. I think they focused more on the passing game. I think that the Rams knew that they were going to pass the ball, and they played pass defense a lot. Darnold was trying to stretch the ball. That's why I got to give Sam Darnold some credit, because he was trying to get the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they dropped it. So I'm upset with the drops. I'm upset with the drops. I am. I'm upset with the drops. I'm upset with Jake Moody missing. He's got to make those. But the good news is, Peachy, that this was just a game that didn't have any stipulation for the San Francisco 49ers to move up, to move down. Nope. Let's talk about the injuries in the game, because Clelin Ferrell left the game on a cart. All right. And then per Matt Barrows, he came out and he stated this. Matt Barrows said, just spoke to Clelin Ferrell. He said he left the game largely as a precaution.
Mm-hmm. Good.
He said he's optimistic about playing in 2 weeks. He's walking around with a limp in the 49ers locker room. So this is good news for Clelin Ferrell. Okay. This is good news for him. But we still wait on the test to see what the tests say. But hopefully he'll be back in the 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then Taylor Hawkins had a wrist injury at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So look, overall, preseason game. Not much more to say about this. It's time. You know what we can do? We can really start to just kind of go on a hiatus and just relax for a week. We can talk anything but Niner football. We can watch some playoffs. Peach, you know how we can end this show? We're gonna end this show on who do you want to play in that divisional round? Now you're gonna play the lowest seed.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Packers beat the Cowboys, we'll get the Packers. If the Rams beat the Lions, we'll get the Rams or the Packers. If the Cowboys win and the Packers lose and the Lions win, we get the Lions. I mean, we get the if the Rams beat the Lions and the Packers lose, we get the Rams in the divisional round.
Right.
But who do you want to see in the divisional round? Fernando says, give me the Rams or the Packers. I'm with it. That's the 6 and 7.
I mean,
because I'm trying to. All right, let's let's do the other scenario. Let's say that the Cowboys win and the Lions win. Then we get the winner out of the 4 and 5. So the Bucks or the, oh my gosh, what's the other team? The Bucks or the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're either going to get the Bucks, the Eagles, the Rams, or the Packers. Who you want to see? There you go. Dang. I'll do this on the Wayne Breezy show tomorrow. I'll put a poll up.
Yeah.
Bucks, Eagles, Rams, Packers.
Give me Philly.
Yeah.
Give me Philly, man. Philly's reeling. Their fans are insane. I can tell because my son is just like completely like cut himself off from even thinking about anything right now. They just lost Sidney Brown for the season with the torn ACL. Jalen Hurts' hand is messed up. His fingers out of whack. He's mentally not in a good place. AJ Brown is hurt. I think he might be done. According to what Philly fans are saying, that AJ Brown might be done. So not sure.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dang.
Let's see if they got something new out here about him right now. Right now it just says okay. So they don't have an update yet. It says that all right. It says that he should be fine. That he's gonna try to go next week. So at least he didn't tear anything because it looked bad when it happened. It looked really bad when it happened. But I'm still gonna go Philly, regardless. It's whatever, because I feel like that we are like in Philly's head. Like I just don't think that they can do anything with us, especially our game plan that we had when we went to Philly and beat them earlier.
All right, so let's go. Let's go. Who are going to be your wild card winners this week?
I think Detroit can upset the Rams, even without Sam Laporta.
You think Detroit is probably the favorites? You think they're going to upset the Rams?
Oh, that's right. They are the favorites. But anyway, I think that Detroit's going to beat the Rams.
Ooh.
I think that the Rams are going to get beat. I think the Rams are going to go in a little bit too overconfident, and I think that Detroit is going to get them. Seattle is not.
That's the 3-6.
Seattle got eliminated for those who are putting Seattle out there.
Yeah, there's no Seattle
because Green Bay won.
Yeah, Green Bay is the
lost,
7th seed.
Then Seattle would have been in there.
Correct. Green Bay has the 7th seed. So let me just. All right. So it's Cowboys are the 2 seed. They got the Packers at home. So the Cowboys will be at home. And then you got the Lions at home and the Rams traveling there. And then you got Tampa Bay going to Philly going to Tampa Bay, right? Because Philly is the 5th seed.
Right.
Interesting.
Philly did drop to the 5th seed. That's right.
They were always in the 5th seed, but they had an opportunity to become the 2nd seed today.
Yeah,
the Cowboys would have lost. So that's the playoffs for the NFC. So
the Giants beat Philly too, so
they beat them bad.
So real bad.
You said you got the Lions, you got the 3 seed winning. Who do you got out of the Cowboys and the Packers?
Dallas home. They got them.
You got Dallas at home.
Green Bay's not ready yet.
Oh,
Dallas.
Okay. So you got Dallas at home, and then who do you have out of Tampa and Philly?
Tampa.
You got Tampa beating Philly,
which is really crazy because, but I still think Tampa can beat them. So
the first round in the playoffs, the Niners got the Buccaneers, according to your list,
and that would be wonderful.
I could dig it. I could freaking dig it because they suck.
They are horrible, but I don't know which one's worse between them and Philly.
They are terrible.
Between that Philly defense, I don't know.
I'm with Child out there. Like, it doesn't matter who we play, but give me the Bucks. Part 2, Purdy's undefeated against them.
Yes.
He'll continue to be undefeated against the Bucks.
This Bucks team is, Lord.
I'm gonna change mine up a little bit because I think that the Rams upset the Lions. So I think the Niners get the Rams first.
Okay.
And then I think Cowboys win, and I think Philly wins. Just gonna call it like it is. I think Philly beats Tampa. So that means the Cowboys play Philly. We get the Rams. You got 2 divisional round matchups against divisional opponents in these playoffs. You got the Niners at home against the 6th seed in the Rams, and then you got the Cowboys at home against the 5th seed in the Eagles. And then it's gonna be, you ready for this? Niners, Cowboys in the NFC Championship, but we'll wait to get to that. We got to get past the divisional round. Mike, what's going on? Nothing but Niners is in the house. What's good, family? You know, Peachy, like I know it's okay to overreact. I know this was a preseason game, glorified preseason game.
Right.
You can't treat it like a preseason game where Cats was out there trying to break records.
Exactly. Oh, and I will
Congratulations
say
to
this.
Puka Nacua too, by the way.
Yes. Congratulations to Puka for doing that. That's something that I guess that's awesome. The receptions and the yards, one that he got this year. But kudos to when our defense was playing decent and they kept trying to prevent him from doing it. Like it took him a while. Like the announcers were actually talking about it.
They had to start lining Puka Nacua up in different spots.
Like they weren't going to make it easy, and McVay was getting frustrated because he didn't want him to play that long.
That's crazy. Well, the good news is, like, and we got to hope, right? We guys got to pray. We got to hope. You know, we got to keep the faith. The good thing is the Niners get a week off, okay? Shout out to Niner Cali boy, too. Ronnie got chewed out by Kyle. He sure enough did. Shout out, the good thing is they get a week off. They get a week to rest and restore, right? And so, like, that's good because now you're hoping to get guys like Eric Armstead back in the playoffs, and that's going to change your defense tremendously. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Mike said that as much as we wanted to win, Wayne and I both said that the Rams would win this game in the second half. It came down to the reserves, and their reserves executed better than our reserves.
Yep.
That's what happened. That's what happened. I don't think the Niners need any new pieces. I think the question mark is going to be Jake Moody moving forward because he's the only starter out there that regressed. And I think that is why everybody's a little nervous about Jake Moody moving forward. So I'm not, I get it. Trust me. I just wish he would have had a couple more opportunities in this game, especially this game, a couple more opportunities to get a chance to overcome that hurdle. Like, because once he misses, it's down in the dumps for him. He's overcompensating. He's trying to not kick the ball like the same way again, blah, 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 whatever. So, like, that's on him. He's got to figure that out. Kyle was mad at his rookies, but these are rookies. Like, so, yeah, you should be mad.
Yeah.
You have every right to be. So, you know, but hopefully, like, you know, they shape up in the playoffs. Guys, you're not going to see too much Ronnie Bell in the playoffs, guys. He barely got snaps in the regular season. Everybody want him to go out there and be Brandon Ayuk. That's not how it works. I don't know what people thought he was supposed to be. But, yeah. Other than that, guys do got to catch the passes and things like that. And we'll see what happens, like, moving forward. But the good thing is, hopefully they'll be healthy going into that divisional round. They get a whole week to kind of, like, rest and kind of, you know what I'm saying, do those, you know, get their minds right and things like that. JP Hella Hard, 2800, did your T-shirt come? I believe it did. I just haven't opened up any packages. But I will get to my packages today, I do promise. And then I'll rock it out tomorrow. Yes. Mike, they don't give two flying cares what the numbers are.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You cannot miss, period.
Nope.
You got one job. You got to make it. Boom, boom, boom.
Even though Justin Tucker missed this year, it don't, you know, just like really good.
I'm just saying.
Too,
That boy Water says, I like how Bill Jr. looked. He looked good. He had a sack. Shout out to him. Shout out to Taylor Hawkins for getting his first interception. These are firsts for these guys. You know, congratulations to those guys. But yeah, look, they won't see much more snaps anyway. I do like the play of Taylor Hawkins, and I'm curious to see if they don't rush to Sean Gibson back,
right,
or Jair Brown back, just to see. You know what I would like to see, Peachy? I would like to see Taylor Hawkins get another start with Jair Brown.
I like it.
I know there are two young guys out there, but I don't think Taylor Hawkins is. I think he know how to ball. You know what I mean? I think he knows how to ball. Clement Gray, why not get Sue to help the run defense? I don't know, man. It's something about I don't think they like his persona, man. I just
demeanor.
I just don't think they like.
No.
I don't think they like him, and I don't think they feel like they need him. They did get Sebastian Joseph Day. I can't wait to look at the breakdowns and see how they did. But you know, it is what it is.
I heard his name being mentioned, so I was so excited because my It's a Lock shirt came in right on time, and I forgot to put it on before the game started.
It's okay. You got it on now.
No, but I'm saying, you know, they have the little. I'm saying, like, I'm just.
Well, it wasn't a lock today because them cats was giving up touchdowns.
No, it wasn't.
Left and right. And down. They was, you know, no seatbelt locks today. You know, but so like I said, hopefully they get a lot of their guys back. Like it was cool seeing Samuel Womack out there and Darrell Luter Jr. He definitely needs the reps and things like that. It was cool to see those guys out there, but you know, they just need more reps. You know, they just need more reps. 49er Jeff, man, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Breezy Bunch crew. We appreciate it. I'm not going to talk about people how bad they were. All I know is the Niners failed to execute and they missed out on opportunities. Some of those opportunities were kicking. Some of those opportunities were on the offensive side. And the defense just looked lost, which is what you expect. You know what I'm saying? So it is. I can't tell who you gifted this to, Mike and Kim, because I'm not watching the live stream. But thank you so much.
Maybe it was 49er.
Maybe it was 49er Jeff. That could
Jeff,
be. Maybe it was. Thank you so much, Mike and Kim, for gifting out a membership. But, guys, I want to get out of here. I'm tired, and I just want to watch this last game of football. And I heard, you know, Fernando said that Josh Allen threw an interception. What's going on?
They both did.
You got to be kidding me.
They both threw a pick. Right now, it's 0-0.
I wonder if the Buffalo Bill fans want to fire Josh Allen and Miami fans want to ban Tua. Tomorrow we'll be on at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on at 1 p.m. There will be no Nitty Gritty Niners tomorrow. Ronnie says, how did Robert Bill look? Robert Bill looked fast. Like, he looked good out there. He ended up getting a sack. I would say it was more like a coverage sack, but it was really good. I hope he continues to get more reps and get more snaps. I would love to sprinkle more Robert Bill Jr. into the pass rush. The pass rush, nobody's talking about the pass rush.
That's right.
The pass rush was freaking significant.
Yep.
Insignificant. Like, from the starters to the reserves.
Yep.
Insignificant. Listen, at least we didn't get beat as bad as we did in the Madden. You know what I mean?
There is one
Ghost
thing.
was gifted, that they said.
Speaking of that, Breezy, one thing that 49ers cannot do in this divisional game is we cannot like afford to not have a pass rush like we had today. Like, that was just sad.
It's so
we have
weird.
got to affect the quarterback. We got to get to whatever quarterback we play. We have to do that. That pass rush was almost null and void today. I was like, wow.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Peachy. Okay. I want people to understand, if you didn't watch this game, the pressures were there. The Niners. The Niners are the number 2 team, like, in pressures. The pressures were there, but how good is the pressure if you're not doing 2 things? Number 1, sacking the quarterback, or number 2, at least forcing an incomplete pass. It's like, dang. Chase Young had tackles for loss today. Chase Young had great pressure, but Chase Young missed 2 sacks.
He did.
So the pressures are there, but Carson Wentz was a little slippery when wet. Look, and at least, yes, the pass rush was there all game. Thank you, Mike. I'm trying to tell people the pressure was there. The results weren't there.
Right.
The pressures were there. It just didn't result in sacks or incomplete passes.
We have to affect the quarterback. The quarterback was not affected today.
Yeah. So good. The good thing is, Peachy, they get a break. And I don't know about you, but when the Niners come off the break, they usually come in hot and fierce, and they go on like a 4-game stint. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
They're coming off of a loss and a break, and now they're probably gonna go on a 4-game run, which means they only need 3. Y'all can let that simmer saute like Biggie all day.
I like it.
Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. on behalf of Peachy, myself, the rest of the Nitty Gritty Niners Talk crew. Fair, I see you out there in the chat. Mose, we praying for you, bro, and the family. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, guys. I'll be back the Wayne Breezy Show tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There'll be no Nitty Gritty tomorrow night because I will be watching Michigan win. I'm telling you right now. All right, I'm gonna be watching Michigan win. I know y'all don't want to hear that. Yeah, they better win. Shoot, I heard that. All right, guys, we out, man. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in. Till the next time, peace.
Hey,
Breezy, gritty, this that 9 to
Mose knows.
Peachy, gritty, this that 9 to
It's about that time, everybody turn your TVs on. The Mose knows Peachy, Breezy, and fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you 9 to talk. We two gorilla, silverback, nah, silver
You know
hawks.
it's busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mose, knows and fear to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk.
We outline players up in chalk.
Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Niners talk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk.